All right, Coach, a big win, a big pair of wins actually over Chicago here this weekend. Just take me through this most recent one and the battle back. Three folks tied up and then have Philly win in overtime.
Yeah, no, we like our start tonight. I feel like we lost some momentum at one point in the second, and it seems like we were always behind. We hang in the game. We battle hard to stay with it. Our goalie was outstanding tonight. Let's not kid ourselves, but. We got a big goal to tie the game and then won it in overtime. I feel like our guys looked tired a little bit. I feel like we could not get our legs going after that first period. But, it's a lot of hockey. I have a young team, so good to have 4 points this weekend for sure.
What can you say about the team's battle, too, overall? I mean, tying it up 4-4 late last time out, and then, of course, the penalty shot goal to get the go-ahead to be down by one. But it just seems like your team never quit, really never thought they were out of it. What can you say about that sort of mindset, especially heading into this part of the year?
Yeah, no, like you mentioned, this time of the year, you can't let, things bother you, like those two goals we gave away in the span of 1 minute last night or 2 minutes. You got to reset quick. You got to forget quick. Selective memory, I call it. You remember what you have to remember, and you forget what you have to forget. It was the same thing today. They took the lead. Penalty shot, but we got to move on quick from those. Sometimes it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy, but you have to do it if you want to have some success. Late in the season, if you want to have some success in the playoff, it's important that you win, you move on quick from your win, you lose, you move quick from you lose. So it's the same thing during the game. What you have to remember, you remember, and what you have to forget, you forget those. So, it's called resiliency, but it's called experience as well.
You mentioned your goalie. I mean, what can you just say about Thomas Mills' play over the past two games and how much he's kept you guys in at times, especially when maybe you were getting hemmed in your own zone at some points?
Well, yesterday it was an easier night for him. Tonight we kept him busy. I'd say the last 50 minutes of the game we kept them busy by giving up some good scoring chance. Turning the puck over at the wrong time, things like that. We lost momentum after those 4-on-4 shifts. And that's where you hope your goalie to keep you in the game, give you a chance to get your legs back, get your momentum back on your side. And if it doesn't happen, well, you hope he steals the games. That's exactly what he did today.
Then a little bit of rest before taking on another team chasing in the standings in Iowa. How important is it going to be just to get a little bit of rest time to recover and then have another big 4-point weekend here coming up to close out the homestand?
Well, before we think about next weekend, let's enjoy the 4 points we collected this weekend. Like you mentioned, we'll have some days off this week, get our legs back, maybe get a couple players back. Ashton Sautner has been a big player for us all year long. So a couple more days for him to get back on track and maybe get back in the lineup. So, it'll be fun to enjoy. At this time of the year, the practice is so short. You focus on different area of the game. But, the rest will be good for us for sure.
And you kind of mentioned getting some other players added into the lineup. Obviously, the Jets reassigned Barlo today to you as well. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit of a jump from the OHL to the pros, but what are you expecting the week to be like for him getting in his first couple practices as a Moose?
Well, I think we're going to give him a chance to adapt. It's a total different game from a junior. You see every year, Lambeau, Chaz were no different last year, Bauer, every year there's new players coming in, Leon, Chiz, there's a time to adapt, and I think the perfect timing for him is the fact that we're practicing all week. I think it'll be good for him to adjust himself, adjust to the level of play, but also get to know the players.